clean. How you open and scream and ringing like a siren. Hey girl, dirty things me not talk about when me said me love when she do it her mouth. Dirty things me not talk about when me said me love when she do it her mouth. Yeah. Dirty things me not talk about when me said me love when she do it her mouth. Yeah. Dirty things me not talk about when me said me love when she do. Hey. She not use her mouth to cause slander. She not use her mouth to talk mess. It is an almighty vibe she under, and every time she talk you feel blessed. But some girl fi keep them out clenched and stop treating them out like trench, and stop using them out like vice on a park bench. But not this one. Dirty things me not talk about when me said me love when she do it her mouth. Dirty things me not talk about when me said me love when she do it her mouth. Yeah. Dirty things me not talk about when me say me love when she do it her.
Alright, we in business now.
Me not talk about when me said me love when she do with her mouth. That mouth, that mouth, that mouth. She no do no dirty things with her mouth. That mouth, that mouth, that mouth. She only do the wordy things with her mouth. That mouth, that mouth, that mouth. She no do.
Alright, let's do this all over again.
That mouth, that mouth, that mouth. She no do the. Check. God bless every gal with a mouthpiece. Don't turn that blessing.
Okay, greetings and salutations one and all. Thank you very much.
This world must get nourished.
Truly appreciate of each and every one of you. I want to say big ups to everyone locked in right now, those from near, those from far.
Check.
The massive up there in New Jersey, NIE Radio, with my brother from another mother, the motivator.
Check. Alright. Hey! Girl, your mouth.
Remember, you can catch him for Double Trouble Thursdays.
Careful with your mouth.
On Thursday evenings at 7 p.m.
Yeah, because your mouth.
And on Saturdays, for Motivation Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern.
With your mouth, please.
NIE Radio.
Things we not talk about when me said me love, we should do it our mouth. Dirty things we not talk about.
Much love to those who are locked in also on Mix102.com up there in Jersey. And their sister station in Jamaica, Earth 96 FM.
Me love, we should do.
A blessing symbol and crew.
She no do no dirty things with.
Much love to you.
That mouth. She only do the wordy things with her mouth. That mouth.
Those who are locked in from outside of Florida on the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com.
Alright, yeah. Well, I know everybody.
Blessings to you.
What the hell am I talking about? Them yeah, every word in my sentence, but I remember dirty your mouth. Well, I'm inviting, come every queen. If you know I am out it clean. How I open and scream and ringing like a siren. Hey, girl.
So I'm doing some multitasking here.
He said me love when she do it her mouth.
Using like 5 hands to take care of everything that is happening. Since I messed up.
When me said me love when she do it her mouth. Dirty things me not talk about when.
Those who are locked in on the stew pot, bubbling in the stew pot on Zeno FM. Big ups to you.
But some girl fi keep them out.
Those who normally tune in on Clubhouse, sorry.
Vice on a park bench, but not this one. Dirty things we not talk about when we say.
But of course, those who are here on YouTube Live,
things we not talk about when
the Night Shift to DJ Kevin Stew is live and in living color.
Things we not talk about when.
And those on kevinstew.com, we're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.
Me love, what she do?
Welcome.
That mouth. She no do no dirty things with.
You know, nobody here does any dirty things with that mouth.
That mouth. She no do no dirty things with her mouth.
Bungie Garland.
That mouth. She no do it.
No dirty mouth is the title of the track. Kicking things off. Inviting you to call a friend, tell a friend, friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends, and your enemies too. Call up somebody, anybody, everybody, let them know it's a night shift to DJ Kevin Stew.
System like porridge. People hear you and get encouraged. Then them
have some housekeeping to do before we get down to business.
That don't mean to distribute rubbish. That don't mean that your mouth just good for cussing and slander, crime and punish. If it can bless.
That involves saying thank you to my segment sponsors. Pulse Media Group and Being in a Moment is priceless. Go ahead and give them a call.
Things me not talk about when me said me love, what she do with her mouth, yeah.
One of the great things about Pulse Media Group is that they host my website server. They can host yours too.
Clean.
Give them a call, 754-999-1140. And you can have your live broadcast on a secure platform, whether yours or theirs. Something as simple as using it on social media. If they can't do it for you, they can tell you how to do it yourself. Thank you, Pulse Media Group. Thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands. Althea is a licensed massage therapist operating of Broward County, North Miami-Dade, and South Palm Beach counties. She comes to you, bringing her table, her oils, and over 20 years massage therapy experience. Give her a call, 954-655-9000. That's 954-655-9000. Schedule your appointment today. She only has one request outside of paying her. Is that you get off her table and go sleep somewhere else when she's done. It's called the Kevin Stew clause because I'm always falling asleep.
Dirty I'm out. Well, I'm inviting, come every queen. If you know and I am out it clean. How are you open and scream and ringing?
I want to say big ups to the global bass.
The things we not talk about when we said me love when she do it I'm out.
The global bass navigates your journey across music, marketing, and much, much more. It's a realm where social spheres awaken through mastery. Go ahead, embrace the invitation to liberate your creativity unbounded and free, just like their initial consultation. The global bass is your catalyst for everything related to music, marketing, event planning, and social media. Link with them online. The global bass, DAGlobalBASE.com. Thank you, the global bass.
Dirty things we not talk about when we say me love when she do it.
Big ups to McNeil Trucking.
The things we not talk about when
with McNeil Trucking, your goods are in good hands.
dirty things we not talk.
They're a licensed and insured mover in the state of Florida. So if you want to move from the Keys to Jacksonville, Naples to Palm Beach, Pompano to Pensacola, and all points in between. Want to put some things in storage, don't have the manpower, don't have the transportation, don't worry, you have the name, you have the number. McNeil Trucking, 954-406-9740. Call them up and tell them Kevin Stew sent you.
Become a vacant space, just waste like a open sepulchre. When you speak, the soul must get nourished. Supplement your system like porridge. People hear you and get encouraged. Then them seek the wisdom and knowledge. If you never went to high school and college, that don't mean to distribute rubbish. That don't mean that your mouth just good for cussing and slander, crime and punish. If you can bless, keep your mouth clenched. Cause you coulda teach some German and French. But don't let your mouthpiece become a vice for the pack.
A couple of things I want to get into before I get into this discussion.
You said me love when she do with her mouth, yeah. Dirty things me not.
I want to say thank you before she even gets on to my special co-host this evening. You wait for it.
Things me not talk.
It's not just on Saturday, I can have a secret ingredient, you know.
Check, check. I'm a queen, from your mouth it clean.
So I want to say, if you haven't gotten your copy, do go ahead and get your copy of the audiobook today.
Careful with
Empowered is the title of it.
yeah. Because you're
Essential concepts and strategies every woman should know about self-defense. It's authored by Jonathan Field, narrated by yours truly, Kevin Stew. I learned so much narrating this book. You can learn so much from listening to it. And it doesn't matter if you're male or female.
Dirty things we not talk about when we send me love.
So go ahead, if you can go on to Audible and get your copy today and go through Amazon. But if you wanted a quick shortcut, go to kevinstew.com. Go ahead and click on the book cover that is there, the picture of the book cover, and it takes you to exactly where you need to be.
Yo, there is a skin. What the hell am I talking?
Empowered, essential concepts and strategies every woman should know about self-defense.
See, I'm out. Well, I'm inviting, come every queen. If you know and I am out it clean.
I want to say big ups to the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation.
We not talk about when we said me love you with a mouth. Dirty things we not talk about when
they're an organization founded on the principle that justice should be a right and not a privilege.
Dirty things we not.
Made up of passionate legal professionals, advocates, and community leaders who share a common goal to create a more just society by providing high-quality legal defense and advocating for human rights.
And stop treating them out like trench.
Check them out at ojldf.com. The One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. You can catch the broadcast from one of their leading advocates and attorneys, Mr. Will Rattigan, on Reason with Rattigan at 3 p.m. Eastern on Reggae Global Radio and YouTube.
She no do no dirty things with her mouth. That mouth. She only do the wordy things with her mouth. That mouth. She no do no dirty things with her mouth. That mouth.
Someone else from that panel on One Jamaica Legal Defense, on Reason with Rattigan, working with the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, is the host of this show, this broadcast, Context Matters, which happens each and every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern.
High school and
4 out of Jamaica.
distribute rubbish. That don't mean that
Mr. Isat Buchanan, Esquire.
punish. If it can bless,
Some of you might know him as Vibes Cartel's attorney.
let your mouthpiece become a vice on a park bench.
Some of you might know him as Big Youth's son.
About when me said me love, what she do with her mouth, yeah.
We just know him as Isat.
Said me love, what she do with her
Context Matters, Thursdays.
talk about when
Check him out.
me love, what she do with her mouth. Dirty things we not talk about when me said me love, what she do with her mouth.
Yeah, man, there's things we're not talking about, you know, strictly clean things around here. And with me to talk about some clean things is a young lady that I'm going to have introduce herself to you all, because she's brand new on the night shift circuit. And this probably will not be the last time you get to see her. I need to feature her one night so that y'all can really get to know her. But I'm going to have her give you a quick introduction as to who she is. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Tracy. Hey, Trace.
Hi, and hi, Kevin.
How are you?
How are you? I am good. Thank you for having me on your platform.
Well, it's so good to have you. People were waiting to hear from you. As soon as I said that I have a guest, and they're wondering who is this person. So you know there are people that are out there, and officially you get a welcome. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah, they missed the cue earlier, but they got it now. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about who Tracy is. Miss Tracy Eugene, welcome.
Thank you. Yes. Hello, everyone. Good evening or good morning, wherever you are in the world. My name is Tracy Eugene. I'm currently a student who is studying psychology. I am currently in the middle, towards the end, about to launch a brand. I am launching a women's empowerment brand. So I'll be educating other women about self-love, self-care. I'm also will be publishing journals as far as you just taking care of your mental health and just reaching out and making sure the awareness is spread around women, older women, young women, and just let them know that we are empowered and we are able to make a difference within ourselves, within our minds, to make everything else around us beautiful.
I like it. What made you want to do that?
So I honestly, right now I'm in a season where I am basically giving back to myself. So as I'm learning about myself, as I'm pouring into myself, I realize that, you know, there's a lot of women out there who's probably just going through a struggle within themselves as far as their mental state, as far as just being stuck. And sometimes we just need an outlook. We need different ways to kind of just get out of that bubble to where we're able to just, you know, be our best version. And, you know, I realized that starting this brand, it's dear to my heart because not only am I learning and gaining, but I'm also teaching other women how they can within themselves and find the answers that they're looking for.
Awesome. I like that. So let's get straight into this, because tonight we're talking about slander and hate speech. And for those of you who are tuned in, just to let you know, the phone line is open and available. Interrupt us at any time throughout the discussion, throughout the broadcast. 773-789-STEW is the number to get you in touch. It's scrolling across the bottom of your screen right about now. Those of you that are watching on any other television platforms, YouTube or on kevinstew.com, where you're, of course, encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment. And so the number is 773-789-STEW, 773-789-7839. Call, text, WhatsApp, Telegram. They all work from anywhere in the world. It gets you right here, live and in living color. If you know even my personal number and you want to call in and say something, please use it. Feel free, because the line is open to you also. All right, cool. So, slander and hate speech. This one is a little bit of an interesting one. And I in this season where there are a lot of public figures that are putting on a display, as in you have politicians, you have city leaders, you have even broadcasters that are out there and doing things. There are other people who are not in alignment with what they're doing, and they feel that it is their right to say negative things about them. But it doesn't stop with just them. It could be someone that is in your household, someone that you grew up with, someone that you went to school with, that just doesn't like you. And they feel they want to say something about you for whatever reason. And it's not good. This generally falls under the umbrella of slander. And we're going to be speaking candidly. I'm going to toss a couple of things in here that I came across as I did some research on slander and hate speech. For you, Tracy, when you hear slander, what comes to your mind? And have you had the experience where someone slandered you?
When I think of the word slander, I think negativity. Because you're not saying anything positive about a person. Slandering, it comes from a place of hurt, because if you have nothing nice to say about somebody, where are you coming from with it? I've had it happen to me before, and it didn't make me feel good. So receiving it, I would say it can cause some real serious mental problems, because at the end of the day, you don't know what someone's going through. You don't know what's going through somebody's mind. So by having that negative energy being poured into you, it's detrimental to someone's well-being.
All right. So you see it as you just think negativity.
Yes.
All right. So in the midst of this negativity, do you see a way out of it? You said you've had it happen to you.
Yes.
How did that go? If you don't mind sharing.
I would say it was someone dear to me. Someone I looked up to, somebody that I would never think they would mistreat me in a way where they would use their words to hurt me. And while they think they were helping me, those words were actually hurting me. Like, it was very hard for me to take what they were trying to teach me or show me, because I wasn't receiving it as something positive. Number one, the tone was off. Number two, if you are basically advising me, there's a way how you should approach people.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely I took it as a negative content, because number one, your approach was wrong, and number two, your tone. Because you can say things, you can tell somebody how you feel, or you can explain something to someone, but if the tone is not right, that person is not going to receive what you're telling them.
So that didn't work out too well for you at all.
No. Sadly, no. I did not receive the message.
Message not received.
Fine.
But their intention was good, though. They meant well.
Yes, the intentions was I understand they had a reasoning, a good intention behind it. But then again, like I said, it all starts with a tone. How you start a conversation with what set the tone. So if you come and approach to me in a sense where it's positive, but you come with the negative energy behind it, I'm not going to receive it, because in the sense, I could take it as you're attacking me, or I could take it as, like this person probably doesn't want good for me, or, whatever just comes into my mind. But again, your tone is what sets a conversation.
Okay. So if it is something relating to slander, then
Right.
first and foremost, there's nothing positive. There's no way that someone could say, I'm trying to give you this as something that will help you.
Right.
Slander, they're calling you out to your name. They're saying that you did something that you didn't do. They're basically besmirching your character. And this person was telling you that they were trying to do something for your good.
Correct.
That just sounds like gaslighting to me.
Exactly.
So that doesn't make it. All right. So here you are embarking on this journey towards helping people and women at that. If there's one thing that happens often, it is where a woman who is approached by a man and the man is rejected, that man will go and say things about that woman. So you've, in your many years on this land, I'm pretty sure have had several advances. As well as you have rejected some of said advances, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So we get real over here. It's one of the reasons why this is real talk. How many, well, I don't know if you can count, but has there been occasions where some of these said gentlemen callers, let me use that, where they have been rejected, have turned around and said things about you that were just not true, just plain out slanderous? Things like what?
Things like calling me out my name,
How?
as far as, being a whore, being a hoe, calling me a bitch,
Right.
just names that are just not who I am,
Right.
just because they got rejected by me.
How did that make you feel?
It made me feel horrible. But then again, I question why would that person say that? Are you that mad that you had to just, slander my name? For what? What did you get out of it?
Now, at any point in time, whether it be as it relates to this or anything else where someone was saying something about you that wasn't true, did you ever stop to start to think, wait, am I like that? Like, have you been called stuck up or anything that, not as far as to be called a slut or anything like that? Well, maybe even that, but not as far as that, but lesser so, that has caused you to pause and think about it and wonder to yourself, is this the energy that I'm bringing off? Is this the kind of vibe that I'm giving? Has that happened to you?
Yes, all the time to this day.
You think this is actually what they're saying is true?
I know it's not true, but people can think how they think. Everyone has opinions, but when you know who you are and when you're comfortable and when you're confident in who you are, you just ignore what people has to say about you because you know who you are. You cannot let other people's opinions define who you are as an individual.
Yeah, but
And I have to do that.
What was a journey to getting to that place like? Because if you had stopped and thought about it, what was said about you, I'm pretty sure you started, when you questioned it, you started feeling bad about yourself. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what were the steps that you took? You said if you know who you are and you understand who you are, then people will talk and whatever. But you had to get to that place. What were the steps? Some of the steps that you took to get to that place?
I would say the steps that I did was definitely took a pause.
Wait, Tracy.
I analyzed myself.
Okay.
I had a real yes.
You just broke up for a moment, so I was wondering what was happening. Yeah. Okay.
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So I just took a moment and I took my journal. I just literally just wrote everything down that took place at that specific moment. What was said, that person's energy. I even wrote about what was said about me. So at that point, I just had to be real with myself. I had to just vent it all out. And when I started realizing that people have opinions, you can't please everybody. You have to have a form of discipline where you just sometimes have to block, the negativity around. And it comes with practice because when you're so used to being who you are and just basically just kept with certain habits, as far as having to please everybody, as far as, what people thinks about you, that's what you start to believe. But then again, when you just take a pause and you self-analyze who you are as an individual, actually sit there and process, because sometimes it could be so much where you don't have time to marinate on what someone said about you or what incident took place. So I had to literally sit myself down, write everything out, clear my mind, and come back and revisit those notes, revisit what I wrote, and start bringing sense into myself where I start saying, okay, this is not who I am. You can't please everybody. You can't take what people say about you, because at the end of the day, people are going to talk about you, whether they like you or not. You're always going to be talked about. So I just kind of, with over practice over a period of time, I kind of just put that into practice and basically tell myself, you know who you are, start saying affirmations about, who I am as an individual, because those helped a lot too along the way as I started to build that confidence, as I started to build, the unnecessary noise, and realize that, yes, people are going to talk about you, especially to the day you die. And there's nothing you can say about that. You just got to stay true to yourself and know who you are as an individual. And that's kind of how I walk with myself every day, and just kind of bring that reminder, that reassurance back into myself.
Okay. So did you defend yourself to any of these people?
Yes. I feel like I've done it multiple times.
What was that like? How did that turn out? Because of course it starts with the name calling, the finger pointing, the talking behind the back, the word coming back to you, and things like that. Hey, cuz, greetings, good evening, and Trishana, much love to you. Thank you for tuning in. When that started happening to you, because I get to share my story too, I'm gonna share with you as you share with me. But did you go out trying to defend whatever it was that was said about you? And when you did it, how did that go?
Okay. I've done it multiple times, and it can lead to different emotions. As far as when you're defending yourself, you start questioning yourself, well, why do I have to defend myself if this individual either knows who I am or they have an idea of who I am? They know I'm here. And it becomes tiring because you're trying to explain yourself to somebody else to see your worth, your value. And at a period of time, you get tired. It's like you're in the ring by yourself. They don't get it. They know who you are. They just choose not to understand who you are. They choose to, slander your name. They choose to think negatively about you. Why? Who knows? but it gets tiring after a period of time. And when it gets to the point where I just started to feel like I was draining, I was drowning in other people's words, other people's thoughts about me, I just said, you know what, I have to put on the shield, I have to put on this armor, because if I allow people to think what they think about me and me constantly defending myself, I just feel like I'm just not going to get anywhere, because other people's validation is what's holding me back from becoming the true version of who I am in my growth.
The moments that you didn't respond. So now you have recognized that it was tiring when this happened to you. You didn't get to respond, or you chose not to respond. What was that like? Did it feel like you were giving in to their thoughts, their ideas, or did it just die away? Did it just go away and die a natural death? Whatever it was that was said about you. Do you remember?
I mean, no, I remember. I want to say this. I feel empowered because when you don't say anything at all, and the other person is trying to get your attention, it feels good because you feel like you won. You won mentally. So when my mind feels like I've won something, I feel like I just become even more powerful because that person is waiting for a reaction from you. And you cannot give everybody your reaction. Sometimes you just got to be quiet. Sometimes I got to be quiet and let God fight my battles for me. Right. Because if I sit here and constantly, like I said, constantly go back and forth with somebody, it's draining. I won't have energy. That energy I can pour into myself and make me better. So when I feel like, you know, I can say something to defend myself, it comes to the point where I'm like, I'm just going to silence the noise by just not saying anything at all. Because I feel like I already won by just not saying anything. And believe it or not, that person is losing their mind because they think, like, why isn't she not reacting? What's going on over there? So, to me, I've won by just not saying nothing. Now, yes, there can be a time where maybe something needs to be said, but I just feel like I just come to the point where nothing needs to be said at all. Because again, I know who I am. I know my truth. And I feel more powerful when I just don't say anything. And that's something I've had to grow periodically.
You said one of the tools that you used was a journal.
Yes.
Did some of the name calling or some of the slandering cause you to start journaling, or was it something else and you found that this was a tool that helped you to come back to self, to stand on your laurels, to recognize that what is said is not you?
I've always liked writing. So writing was something I always liked to do. And at one point my mind was so cluttered. Sometimes I didn't know like who to go to or how to express myself without hurting anybody or hurting, you know, my true inner thoughts. So as I started journaling, as I started writing down these thoughts, I realized how much it is to have that release and how much your mind can declutter from everything that was, you know, that was just going through your day, or someone just said something about you or whatever it is that took place. And it helped a lot because, like I said, you're decluttering your mind. You're allowing your mind to have that reset button where you can start all over. And I just write everything down, and it's just a fresh of breath air, honestly. As I'm all those negative things or things that I've just experienced within the day, it helps a lot. It definitely like took its course, and it makes a difference. You feel much lighter. You feel more clear within your thoughts. Your mind is clear. Like it's really beneficial, I would say.
Now, you do realize that as you move forward, as you continue to grow, there'll be more people to say things about you, right?
Correct.
I just wonder if you're checking on that. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
All right, so um, I've had experiences where people have said things about me. I've been broadcasting now going on 14 years, and this here is my 14th year of broadcasting, and there have been people that have said things about me. Nothing of the sort. From positive words used in a negative way. Like there was this, and some of these people don't even know that I know that they have said some of these things. There was this one person that said that I behave like I know everything. And it was interesting to know that that came out of that person's mouth, because in front of my face, that person would speak positively about me and praise me and everything. But that's probably because in front of my face, that meant most times that they were on a platform. So for me, I had to recognize that people would say things so that they can get an audience. They want to be heard, they want to be seen, they want some kind of recognition. And I would say from the beginning of time, people have been using the method of slander to get attention. We see it happening on in political spheres. We see it happening in social media, on social media, and in the world, and today, where everybody is somehow a broadcaster, because all it takes is a phone or a tablet and a social media platform, and all of a sudden, here you are. What I've realized is, whereas everybody can talk, not everybody can provide you with content. Good, well, everything is content. Content is king. So no matter what it is that you're talking about, there's somebody to listen. But not everybody brings something that is uplifting. Not everybody brings something that you can take away from it and use that as a tool to help develop young minds. And so people just decide that they want to do things so that they can get attention. So then there's a song that Chronix sings, that we do it for the love, not for the likes. And when you look at people, I was talking with a presenter recently, and he said to me, Stu, I'm comfortable with the 10 and 20 people that would tune into my broadcast at any given time, because I know that those are true people. Those are real people. Those are people that as I give to them, they can give to me, and we can grow. It will help me as an individual when I get feedback from those people. Not just the fact that we can talk and bring some people to view the content. What are they taking away from with it? Taking away from that broadcast? What do they take with them? Or is it just about what we in Jamaica call the pasa pasa? The sus, the storytelling, the gossip, things that TMZ is made of. not hating on TMZ, not saying that TMZ doesn't give you quality. I'm just saying, typically you're looking for something scandalous about someone in the celebrity world, you go to TMZ for it, correct?
Yes.
Right. So it's like you go to the tabloids and you look up the Enquirer. You know you're looking for scandal. It's not like you're going to be taking away a good word from something in the Enquirer. it just doesn't happen. And so in my interactions, as I do these broadcasts and as I meet people, I come across some people that have had some interesting experiences. I've seen it, I've heard it, I've gone through some of them with them. I don't know if any of my friends listening in that have gone through some of these things on a nationwide or on a major news network kind of a scale would be able to call in and talk about a little bit about their experience tonight. But if they're listening, if they're hearing me right now, that's your cue to give me a ring-a-ling and a ting-a-ling, But it's interesting as I watch some of them navigate this space. More recently, a friend of mine who does a broadcast was called several things, including a thief. He has a not-for-profit, saying that he is living lavishly off donations. People should ask for their donations back, and a whole bunch of negative energy, a whole bunch of hate speech. And I'm one to move away from using the word hate in a traditional sense, because as I explained to you before, I take that word and use it as an acronym for have acceptance through enlightenment. And so the people that are spreading this visceral, they haven't taken the time to get an understanding of either what is being done or who the individual is. All they see is an opportunity to get some numbers. And that was one of the things that prompted me to talk about this, to talk about slander and hate speech. Psychology Today talks about slander. And I'm going to read a piece of one of their articles. This was back in 2019. Dr. Berit Brogard was the writer. And she says about defamation, loosely defined, is the dissemination of a falsehood about a person or group that damages the person's or group's reputation. In legal theory, a distinction is drawn between slander, which is oral defamation, and libel, which is defamation published in print, writing, or broadcast through radio, television, film, or the public internet. Unlike slander, libel must have a certain permanence of form. Did I say permanence or permanence? Oh, it's permanence. My bad. Can't read to save my life. Now, when I hear things like that, when I look at things like that, and have some of the experiences that I have had, seen some of the people, heard some of the things that are said about people that I know, people that I don't know, I think to the general elections campaign and the one that is currently going on, ones that have gone on before. I think of individuals that would call third world countries derogatory names without even calling the name of the country. They would just generalize them and call them a country made for defecation. To put it, to dress it up. But, you know, if you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. And so here we are. We are exposed to this every day in, day out. People saying negative things about us, people calling us out of name. And I'm pretty sure everybody listening in right now have had an experience of some sort with this, whether they're the ones that did it or they're the ones that have received it. Now, growing up, I can say that I have been among those who have been slanderous. Because when I was younger, not as mentally mature, I wanted to get that attention too. I wanted the self-gratification of hitting back because of rejection. Talk to the cute girl and she scoffs at me or walks away, ignores me, something. And I'd have to use some pretty terms to describe her. But that was the thing that was expected of me as a teenager with my friends so that I didn't look like I could be walked all over. Not knowing that I was effectively doing more harm to myself than to her. Because one of the things that I've learned looking back at some of these experiences and looking into even experiences today is that the person who is being slanderous, the person who is spreading the hate speech, doesn't really think much of themselves. And they want to be validated. They want to be seen. They want to be recognized in some way, shape, or form. And they haven't taken the time to recognize self. You said earlier where one of the things that helped you was that you journaled and you looked back at it, you went back to it, and you basically examined self. Am I anything like what they're actually saying? Did I do that? Is this the kind of persona that I'm presenting? And you had to come to terms with the fact that you're not, even though someone is saying it and they're not the first to say it. Well, they're not the first to say it because it's a general trend where people who have experienced that would go along that way. It's the mean girl, mean guy kind of a thing, where this is what we see on TV, this is what we learn as children that we're supposed to do, but nobody really stopped and taught us that, hey, no, that's not really how it goes. The most you'd get is, yeah, that's not good, don't do that, be nice. Not really being told what being nice is. And so we end up sitting in front of cameras, you and I, having discussions like this, where we're examining what people are doing and how people get in trouble for it. Because here's what happens now. You speak, you spew this visceral about someone in an effort to do one of two things: put them down or get recognition for yourself. And you end up in a situation where you're facing legal action. Because here's the thing that happens when you take a platform like this: it becomes what was in that legal definition as something published. So now I'm going to say, you see Tracy there with her nice hairdo, looking all cute. She ain't nothing. Nah, don't talk with her because she'll take your business and spread it. They haven't spoken. I wouldn't have spoken with you before. I don't know of you doing this. It's just that you refuse to talk with me. And people know me so that when I say it, they'll start to believe it. One of the things that I've as I looked at Slander, I've come to realize is that there are some stages that individuals go through when either they're the ones doing spreading the negative visceral, or the ones that are the ones receiving it. There are a few things that happen, and you touched on them as we were talking earlier. There's the moment where you think, hey, wait, is this me? Could this possibly be true? I don't think so. So let me defend it. And there's a fine line that you walk in your defense. Because if you don't defend it, it gives an opportunity for someone to say, see, they can't even say they didn't because it's true. And they use that as ammunition to go against you even more. The flip side of that same coin is you defend it, and the same people say, see, they're being manipulative. They're trying to make you believe that this didn't happen, but yet still they didn't say that it didn't happen. They didn't come out and all the way out and say they left this out or they left that out. Why didn't they mention this? Why didn't they mention that? So it's pretty much that you are damned if you do and damned if you don't. And so it becomes, what does it mean to you? You said you've gotten to the point where they say something, whatever. I know it's not true. Go ahead and say whatever you want to say. People who know me know it's not true. But here's the thing. Now, when it gets to a point where it's an organization that you head, it's funds that you control, it's a position that you hold in public office. These are the kind of things that can make or break where you are and who you are. Because now the pressure mounts. And you have to come to a point where you say, boy, I have to say something. Either I'm going to just say something one time and leave it there, and you take with it what you will. I had a discussion with someone, and they had a situation, of course, where they were basically slandered. And it went on for a while. And they said, you know what? I'm going to have to say something. And they were advised by some people, hey, don't say anything. They were advised by some others, boy, yes, you're right. You're right. You're going to have to say something because this cannot go on. And they chose the route of saying something one time. And they outrightly just went out and said, hey, all right, this is what you're coming at me with. Here's this, and here's the relationship I had with these people, and here's what they did to me. They got done, and they said this is the best sleep they ever had. They slept. They would, before that moment, they would be restless going to bed at nights. And then they had that moment. And they said it's the best sleep they ever had. They felt like a weight was lifted. They're not carrying that burden anymore. They got rid of it. You can say whatever you want to say. No, I have addressed it and I have said my piece. Continue saying what you want to say at this point. I don't care. I don't know if it is the fact that they got to the point where they could say, hey, listen, I have defended myself to the point that I have chosen to. Because, you can continue going back and forth. Because the moment you answer, the moment you give a response, it ends up being a back and forth, a tug of war. You mentioned earlier, Tracy, where you did respond, and it went on some more, right?
Correct.
And so here it is. I'm at the point in my life where people have said things about me. And more recently, I've heard people are saying things about me. And the person that told me, I said to them, okay. And they were like, what do you mean, okay? I said, okay. What am I going to do? Put them over my knees and spank them? We were saying in Jamaica, your mouth is cut crossways and make for chat. That is what people with mouths that are functional do. They talk. So, okay. Because it's not who I am. I know who I am. I know what I do. The very same thing that you said earlier. Sometimes, yes, it needs to be addressed. Hey, Sonia, how you doing? Sometimes it needs to be addressed. Sometimes people find things about people on the internet. One thing. They find one thing. And they take that and they run with it. And they go tell all. They find a second thing which is not in alignment with the first thing. But the second thing is not scandalous. The second thing is actually uplifting and positive. Do they continue with the first thing? Or do they now change their speech to the second thing? The second thing doesn't garner as much attention. So what ends up happening is the first thing is what they're going to continue to go with, even now that they have learned and know better. They're just going to continue with it. It seems to me that the only real way to address something like that is just what you said earlier. And after you said it, I was thinking to myself, boy, you know what, Tracy just done my show. Tracy just put the bow on the broadcast this early. In her opening remarks, the first thing I asked her about, she just put an end to the show, because really and truly, you can't go further. You can't get better than that. Recognizing who you are and walking in your truth. The problem that most of us have is the journey to that point. And I don't use the word problem negatively. I don't use it like it's an impossible task. I use it to say it is challenging because we pay attention to the chatter more than listen to the inner peace. It is so much louder. It is so much easier to accept the chatter. It is so much easier to feel that you must respond to the things that are said about you when there's no reason for you to. Because the one thing that is constant is that people will talk. And we know the things that sell: sex, lies, scandal. Now, the lies and the scandal might seem one and the same, but not necessarily. Because the scandal may be something that is truthful, but because you're telling the story in such a way for it to be negative towards a person, it becomes scandalous. Someone could have committed the most heinous of crimes, and you talk about that crime, and it's more along the lines of, let's see how we can help this person, or I'm telling you this so that you don't go the same direction. You know, the development of a message. You take some mess, it ages, and you end up with a story at the end. And so we have the struggle of trying to find peace, that middle ground, that place where we can move past the slander, the hate speech. As a foreigner coming to the United States, I cannot say that I had the experience of some other foreigners where there's a lot of hate speech directed at me personally. Directed at Jamaicans? Yes. Directed at people out of the Caribbean? Yes. But from my experience with it is usually on a mass media kind of a scale, not so much directed at me. Tracy, you spent your whole life here as children of immigrants, right?
Correct.
So when you were in school, think back to elementary, middle school. Did you get some of the negative talk of people from the Caribbean, people from Haiti? Did you experience that?
Of course. Back then, like, I used to hear a lot growing up, Haitians eat cat. They're dirty. They're poor. And, you know, I'm young, so I'm just like, okay, like, I know I don't eat cat, so I know I'm dirty. But it's just to say that, like, in general, the slander that, you know, being a Haitian American, walking down the halls, you know, or being in a room with other nationalities and other people just talking, you know, poorly about, you know, Haitians. And, you know, I didn't know much back then to defend, you know, my parents, their defend as a Haitian American. You know, if anything, I was ashamed because, you know, the negative opinions that came behind, you know, being a Haitian American. Like, growing up, it was kind of like embarrassed to say you're Haitian, you know? So it's just like, again, I wasn't knowledgeable enough to defend, you know, the Haitian culture and tell them what it is, or even educate them.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So it was more like, I'd rather not say that I'm Haitian at all. Just so I won't be teased, so that, you know, people ask me weird questions. Oh, why do you guys do this certain way? Why do you guys look like this? Why do you guys talk like this? So it was just more so I rather just not tell, you know, them where my parents are from, you know, because I was afraid. I was embarrassed.
And this is the kind of thing that hate speech does. It breaks down an individual to look at themselves as less than. This is right up there in the category of dehumanization, because individuals will take someone's culture and make it seem like they're less than, and what hate speech does. It makes an individual feel like they're less than. It's trying to belittle someone to make yourself seem bigger. When really and truly, you are the one that is less than, because now you're putting yourself in such a position where you don't uplift someone else. And really and truly, if people would stop and recognize what that is that you're really breaking yourself down, because you have to go low to drag someone down to that depth. You really do. Which is one of the reasons why you have people like Michelle Obama saying, hey, when they go low, we go high. A lot of the times, going high just means standing right where you are. Because you can't bring yourself to meet them at that depth. You don't have it within you to ascend a whole lot higher than where you are, because you haven't learned that yet. So just stand, and you end up going high because they're going so low. And with hate speech, that is typically what happens. People have to find the most negative thing to say about you. They have to rub you down into the dirt to make you seem less than. I had a discussion with a philosophy professor. A couple of discussions, a few of them. Both him and his wife are philosophy professors. David Livingston Smith and Sabrina Smith. They're up in the New England area. And these are some of the things that they talk about. How, and it's interesting because he is this white Jewish guy. Not that it really matters, but to put things into context, like my friend Isaac would say, context matters. Let's paint the picture. You have this white Jewish guy and this black Jamaican woman, and they have been happily married for like 2 decades now. And they teach on dehumanization. Clearly, they would have had to have that experience where they saw each other as equals at minimum. Because on the face of it, they're nothing alike. Their cultures are completely different. Him being a grandchild of Holocaust survivors, and she being from a third world country that has been classified as suitable for dung. On the face of it, they don't match up. But we see where, as human doings, because we're spiritual beings having a human experience, that's what we are. As a part of our doings, we either do something positive or we do something negative. That's what it turns out to be. And some would say, well, that's a matter of opinion, because it's relative. If you're among the group that sees calling cultures less than what they are, less than human, then you'd be in the right to that group. So, in a sense, it is relative. Morality and the moral position depends on your spiritual beliefs. But at the end of the day, to build a better community involves being able to put someone else before you. Not to say that you don't matter, but to do something in order to help someone else. When you're on the plane, and I use this analogy all the time in different scenarios, you're on the plane one of the instructions that you're told in your prep before takeoff is when that mask drops from the ceiling, if it happens to do so on this flight, you need to put yours on first before you can put on someone else's, or before you can help someone else. Why? Because if it falls out, that means that there's a problem with the oxygen that's in the cabin, and you're liable to fall out, to pass out. So put on the oxygen mask so that you can stay conscious to help someone else if they need it. So you have to take care of self. You can't give from an empty cup. And so these individuals who haven't taken care of self, their idea of their self-gratification involves the visceral, the hate speech, the slander, because it makes them feel big and mighty. The bully would push you around because they would feel like you can't do something about it. You can't defend yourself. You can't hurt them until you do. And sometimes that doing doesn't involve pushing back. Sometimes it involves just standing there and ignoring them, or walking away and ignoring them. The common thing here is ignoring them. Not so much ignoring what is said, because, even in the most negative thing, there's an ounce of truth. And so it is to take that bit of truth, and if there's an adjustment to be made, make it. So, they say, we all know the saying, every dark cloud has its silver lining. The dark cloud in this situation would be the hate speech, the slander. The silver lining is recognizing where it is coming from, what aspects of it you need to adjust, because it came about, there's something that you're doing that is supporting it. So as an individual, you can do something to make that supporting tool wither away. If it is that you run an organization and people are talking about how it is that you're running the organization, then it's a matter of transparency. If it is that you do a broadcast and people are talking about why you do the broadcast, it's a matter of presentation. So there's always some bit of truth in what is being said. The problem is how the individual who is spreading that slander, who is delivering that hate speech, what it is that they're focusing on, and how they spin it. So you take that dark cloud of the hate speech, the visceral, and you highlight the parts that you can, so that even if they were to bring it up again, there's nowhere for them to go with it, because you have already dealt with that. Yes, I come from a country that is not as advanced as the United States. But guess what? You go to my country to get peace of mind. You recognize my country because you have a whole country of athletes trying to beat a record set by one person in my little country. All of you love and jam to my music all over the world. And that is speaking of Jamaica. As it relates to Haiti, this whole production sector in the United States go to countries like Haiti and Jamaica for cheap labor. So you can talk bad about them all you want. do without them. Just try. And so the individuals that are spreading hate, visceral, and slander on other people, they can't do without them. That's the other thing. Because without them, they are nothing. Without them, they get no production. Without them, they get no recognition. So it's the yin and the yang. Yeah, you take your good with the bad. The people that are experiencing the negative from the slander and the hate speech have to recognize that there's more good to walk away from that episode with than the bad that they went into that episode with. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it happens instantaneously. Either way, time is in the midst of that, whether it's a short time or a long time. Either way, it is going to happen. We've all heard the phrase, sadness is for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Weeping, mourning is for a night, but joy comes in the morning. The next day is going to come. For the worst of them all, there is a gate, a door that swings open at some point in time that they can walk through and be free. Whether it is a matter of a technicality or the truth comes out. At some point in time, there's something good that comes out of it. It's for the individuals, us, the individuals who are experiencing it, to find it. It is for us, the individuals who are causing it, who are putting it out there, to recognize that this benefits no one positively. Or that we're breaking down unnecessarily. But at the end of the day, like, what's it? Like the phoenix, we rise. This part you should know, Tracy, because you're the woman coming up, and that was Maya Angelou. We rise. I rise.
I'm not.
I do believe it is, and so we continue to rise. We continue to rise above the hate speech. We continue to rise above the slander. Sometimes it takes the law, because the law exists. There are aspects of the law that exist that address things like this, where you're held liable. You go on social media platforms and you say things, negative things about people, and you besmirch their names, and it is not true. They can come after you. And you may not have much to defend yourself when they do. Because guess what? It is recorded. Here it is. This is where you said it. And this is the negative impact it had on this individual, where it caused them to lose money. It caused them to lose their job. It caused them something negative. They can come after you because of this. Because you misled people with your words. And to you, Tracy, who you are embarking on a journey, coming into this world of writing and broadcasting, coming into the world where you are an advocate for women, this is going to come your way too. The tool that you have, though, is recognizing this experience early and finding ways to cope with it, which puts you ahead of some others who have been in this business for a long time. Because you already have something in your tool belt to help you. And so, as you embark on your journey, I say go with grace because you're going to need it. Young woman, young attractive woman, go on, brush your shoulders off. Who you are stepping out, you're going to face it. Just know that at the end of the day, you will rise above it because up to this point, you have a 100% track record where you have overcome. You have defeated the naysayers. You have debunked the slanderers, those who are thrown the hate speech. You have deflected and defended so that you can be here today holding your head high, walking proudly, and advocating for others. You're already there. Just that some people don't know it yet. And so, we here on the night shift of DJ Kevin Steele, we have had the opportunity to be among the first to experience this upcoming phenomenon known as Tracy Eugene. So Tracy, as we're gonna wrap up,
right?
I don't know why that thing was saying musical therapy. And I don't know how long it was saying musical therapy. I'm getting into musical therapy, but as we wrap up, you're already making strides. You're already getting out there. What are some of the things that you've done already, and where can people go to connect with you if people want to reach out and connect on social media with you?
Okay, so as right now, I am currently rebranding my Instagram page. So as soon as I have it up and running, I will let Kevin know, and I'll hopefully have him think it's somewhere where everyone is able to connect with me, reached out to me. I am welcoming everyone to this platform. I will be on social media as far as TikTok, as far as Instagram and YouTube. So will be able to reach out to me in any other platform, of any one of those platforms. So as soon as I get it up and running, I will give it to Kevin, and he will have it available for each and every one of you guys. I'm officially launching my brand on September 18, which is my birthday. So that is my birthday present to me. So as soon as I have that information, I will be more than happy to share it with Kevin.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that. Let me just put up this song here because there's a track that I'm about to play as I get into musical therapy. I want to thank you, Tracy. Thank you for taking the time out to share personally and to be a part of Real Talk as we address this subject of slander and hate speech. It's one of the things that we know happens. We often experience it, seldom address it, to the point of understanding what it is and what it does to people. Most of what you said were in several articles that I came across. And you just wrapped it up really nice because you experience the negativity. You experience the self-doubt that comes along with it. You get the revelation that you are not what is being said, and you rise above it. And when it comes along again, you recognize it for what it is, and you don't let it get you down. You may wobble, You may dip a bit, but it doesn't get you down. And this is where we need to be when it comes to things relating to slander and hate speech. Excuse me. Maybe I'm just talking too much now. But yeah, this is where, on a whole, as a whole, as a people, where we need to get to in order to have better societies where, yeah, sticks and stones will break your bones, but the words won't hurt you. Initially, though, they will. They'll cut deep, they'll hurt bad, and you'll want to do something to defend it. Whether you lash out and hit back, or you defend your honor in debunking whatever is said. If it's not true, though, it will take care of itself. If there's a bit of truth in it, go ahead, make the adjustment. Because that bit of truth is just what it appears to be, not necessarily what it is. Tracy, looking forward to your rebranding and being able to be one of the first to have you in community and finance as you launch your new brand. So later on this month, early next month sometime, people, listen out for Tracy Eugene being the featured guest in community and finance as she rebrands and launches. Looking forward to it. Thank you, Trace.
Thank you, Kevin, for having me. Pleasure. I enjoy this segment. I can't wait to be back again.
Well, next time I might be a guest on your platform because your big plans and your aspirations. Hey, I might be your guest.
I'm going to hold you accountable. We're going to make it happen.
All right. You have a great night, Trace. Take care.
Thank you. You have a great night.
All right. Catch you later. It's musical therapy time, ladies and gentlemen. And so we're going to kick it off with a track by a man that I met a few years ago when he first came on the scene with a track called Congo Bongo and a follow-up called Congo Bongo Impress. And then he just started putting out, and it was good, rich music after good, rich music. This one is called Truth. His name, Jadan.
Calm down. Speak the truth. Hey, hey, hey. No one forever. I look and know. Jadan. The truth don't need no debate. No way. Why you hype up yourself? How you know say I lie you a tell. The truth don't count no argument. No way. So why you a defend yourself? When you know say I lie you a tell. You tell a lie till you confuse yourself. Run down money and you don't got no help. Put your heart where you can't reach it. You ready? I see people things. Tell me why you want. If it have a whole tear, a motive and it's no secret. Me come here so fi speak it to everyone. Me come fi reveal it. No more, me now hold no secret. Till I say the truth. Don't need no debate. No way. Why you a defend yourself when you know say I lie you a tell? I look ya now, oh, I look ya. Hey, yes, it's a boy Jadan Congo Bongo himself, and I represent for Kevin Stew on the night shift. City in and Kamola vibes. Yes, I. Speak the truth. Hey, hey, hey. No one forever. I look and know. Jadan. The truth don't need no debate. No way. Run down money and you don't got no health. Put your heart where you can't reach it. You ready? I see people things. Tell me why you want if it have a ulterior motive and it's no secret. Me come here so fi speak it to everyone. Me come fi reveal it. No more, me now hold no secret. Till I say the truth. Don't need no debate. No way. Why you want defend yourself when you don't say a lie? You a tell the truth. No call for no argument. No way. So why you want hype up yourself when you don't say a lie? You a tell. Me did tell you. So every action I go bring up a reaction. Why you want to play the victim when you know how you do me wrong? You know it hurt me, 'cause you coulda killed me. Have you as a brother so close to me? You shoulda never be. Tell me why you want to drain me energy. Why you want to see the enemy? As long as you have life, you are gonna live to see the best of me. Let's say the truth. Don't need no debate. No way. Why you want to defend yourself when you know say a lie? You want to tell the truth. No God, no argument. No way. So why you want to hype up yourself when you know say a lie? You want to tell. You know say a lie. You want to tell. As some fire you want to tell. The fire it a burn red, red. You don't say a lie, you want tell. A some fire you want say. Hey, hey, whoa, hey, hey. The truth don't need no debate. No way. Why you want to defend yourself when you don't say a lie, you want tell. It's murder than my play.
All I can do is beg you put it down.
This is Brian Hart. Working out with Queen Africa. Sizzla Kalonji.
And only God knows what he will become. The daddy was a control.
Track is called Murder Them I Play.
A lot of you get caught up, the way they've been brought up. Violence let the life get short up. Some living careless while others are fearless. Separation, they just can't take it. And when you hear from the shout, it's murder. Messing up, I know they can't go no further. Now it's the news that really disturb you. What's up, what's happening to the world, yo? It's murder, them a play. I'm blind where I stay. Some of them wanna shake it, but they ain't got the nerves.
But can't tell us something, Brian. No youths can't hold it, so them check it to the streets. Have to brave up or get up and run when shot a beat. In the inner city where the flavor bitter sweet. How the people survive, it's amazing. You have to balance up the scale for where the food has some seed. Bigger head, sit down in a parliament and one seat. Police side is a product of society. Born in a crime and shape in a poverty. Oops, there goes the cops again. Another body lie down there, two things open. And I'm my friend, no, me now go see him again. Betrayal and mistrust, envy and cross-course. And that them teaching the youth from 10 to win. Brian, as you and I can see the problem. And as much as we can, we gonna try to solve them. We have to go and play with part and brace, but for right now
it's murder them a play. I'm proud where I stay. Some of them gotta fake it even when they can't take it no more.
Total devastation.
It's murder them a play.
Whoa.
I'm proud where I stay. Some of them wanna shake it, but they ain't got the nerves to know.
Strength up, you know.
Righteousness, they get a youth them a shout. They look for step from the Babylon road. You times fear, so have no doubt. Tell them to stop away from the blood spout. Now is the time, so you do the right thing. Cut out the violence and the fighting. Get a you, me tell yourself it's hard, move right. Stupidness cause you to lose your own life. Murder them a play. I'm
a jail. And on my old block is where I found a couple hydrants on a wall. They shouted up.
This is the super talented Miss Annette Brissett.
They stated.
Track called Lift Your Head Up.
Some was stretching, some was balling out and lovely. Babylon always trying to control our tempo. Babylon always trying to keep us under. So I try to give them strength, I try to give them strength when I say, don't you worry about a thing. Just lift your head up and rise against the pressure. Can't you see what I want out there? Disaster after disaster. What more can I say? What more can I do? I wonder who the hell they think they are fooling. Where were they long time ago when prophecy was revealing? High cost of living, low minimum wages. Right now, my children are suffer. Lift your head up and rise against the pressure. Just hold your head up high. Hold your head up high. And all you see I want on there, listen, is disaster after disaster. Ooh, cha-cha. So I try to give them strength. I try to give them strength in my song, my words, my music. This is my song. Lift your head up and rise against the pressure. Just hold your head up high to the sky. I try to give them strength. This is my song to you and you. Rise against the pressure. Just hold on to the sky. Hold your head up high. All you see, I want out there. I want out there. Just disaster. One disaster after another.
I can't say I ain't seen better days, but I'm thankful for sure in many ways. Almighty, you broken barricades, shielded me from mine enemies.
This is the real storm.
Say I ain't had better nights, yet I won't
A track called Barricades.
fight. Jehovah appease my appetite when liberty far from paradise. When my shoulder heavy like a leather, give the load to Jehovah. If I never jam, me couldn't firm on the road. Body to the valley, take it on like a soldier. He needed me over, resisting them loose talk, them isms, them schisms, and Leroy. Them too smart, them a go on like them a done, but them a bait. Watch them weak heart. How some liquor youth in the crowd and you a squeeze off like them when them step cross. Why? Lord, I can't say
the skill to survive, yeah. Ryan Dangerous. Papa used to wash him gun.
This is Ryan Dangerous.
But I really mama who would roll it down.
Track called Survive.
In the streets, man, no laugh. Not even dog try to bark. When badness pass them yard. And the youth still not talk. No matter how young they are. If you diss them, we pop it off. When stranger touch the edge.
Blessings, Divine Rasta.
And keep them mouth shut. Silence. Mama used to pray every day to divert the bad influence from our way. Careful of the people who you call your friends. Some of your family you can't just leave. Just because them blood related, you let them in and they make your life end. Papa used to wash him gun so we could survive. But I really mama who would roll it down, keeping us alive. Papa used to wash him gun so we could survive. But I really mama who would roll it down, keeping us alive. Randomly the youths them pillage, but everybody knows to raise a kid it takes a village. And when the absence of a role model wasn't subsiding, mama increased her tithing. And Papa walked through the battlefield, and every day they make another coffin seal. So she got down on her knees, but her got the scars never healed. Careful of the people who you call your friends. Some of your family you can't just leave. Just because them blood related, you let them in and they make your life end. Papa used to wash him gun so we could survive. But I really mama who would roll it down, keeping us alive. Papa used to wash him gun so we could survive. But I really mama who would roll it down, keeping us alive. Papa never left a will, no, but all he left in place was the fame of who he killed. And now his firstborn was set to be the first done man. But mama wasn't gonna lose to retribution. No, karma was like no land. So she got down on her knees, but this time the fire ceased. Careful of the people who you call your friends. Some of your family you can't just leave. Just because them blood related, you let them in and they make your life end. Papa used to wash him gun so we could survive. But I really mama who would roll it down, keeping us alive. Papa used to wash him gun so we could survive.
Much love, Cynthia. Blessings, Merlin.
Roll it down, keeping us alive.
Greetings, Fatima.
It takes some time to understand. Yeah. Just what it takes to be.
This is the vocal stylings of Isaac Buchanan.
Now it seems each day you learn something to make a better way.
Some of you know him as Vibes Cartel's attorney.
It's just a phase, it's reality. And sometimes it's hard to
Yeah, man, this is Isaac.
get screwed on.
The track is called All in Life.
It comes naturally like a. It takes some time to understand. Yeah. Just what it takes to be a man. Now it seems each day you learn something to make a better way. Like growing up ain't just a phase, it's reality. And sometimes it's hard to face the world with jet screwed on. But in time you will see it comes naturally like the hurt and the pain. It's a part of the game. It's all a part of life.
helping hand. Just call on me, I will be your friend. And when it gets hard to face the world with your head screwed on, just tell yourself you can. And that's when you'll understand that the hurt and the pain, it's a part of the game. It's all a part of life, to laugh and to cry. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. You gotta keep on moving on. Don't let no one stand in your way. Gotta keep on pressing on. As we pray for better days, keep it moving, moving to the next. When they try to bring you down, we gotta take it to the next level when they come around. That's right, it's all in life.
What's all in life?
Head up and keep your stride. No time.
There's things that start, come to an end.
Keep moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life.
You came in time for the amen, Fatima.
No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. Just keep your head up.
Yeah, man, go ahead and keep your head up.
Keep your head up. Keep your head up.
Don't let any slander or hate speech get you to drop your head.
The game, it's all a part of life, to laugh and
as we part company right now, I want to thank you all for tuning in.
Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time.
Inviting you to and reminding you to look out for members of your community. Your community is not just a development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide.
Gotta keep it.
Those that you pass on the bus, the plane, the boat, the train, whether you walk, ride, or drive, these are members of your community. Do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow. My name is Kevin Stew. That's all I like to do it to you, for you, and with you. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, KevinStew.com. The night shift of DJ Kevin Stew.
Moving to the next when they try to bring you.
Thank you, Cynthia.
We gotta take it.
Catch me 10 p.m. Eastern, well, 8 p.m. Eastern on Reggae Global Radio Saturday for the Saturday Stew. A different kind of vibe, more like the musical therapy. Less that like less like the night shift.
Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride.
Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you wherever you are in the world. From right here in South Florida, I bid you all a good night. Be good. If you can't be good at it. I'm out of here. Take care until we do it again. Everything is gonna be alright. Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The night shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.